Good morning and welcome back to Plannercraft. So today we're doing our first episode of Shop My Pinterest, and you can vote for this on the group, and the lucky winner was the lovely square card design, which Ian's going to pop up in a minute. But before he does, I'm just going to run you quickly through what you need. So I'm going to be using...
Tracy's with us.
Hi Tracy! So I'm going to be using some 7-inch adaptables. I have some foliage dies that I want to use. I have a few embossing folders that we're going to have a play with. I have some sentiment stamps, 2 flower stamps, and then some various bits of paper and card that we can go through.
Carol's choice as well.
Brilliant. Okay, if you want to pop up the slide then, Ian.
Say morning to Carol.
Morning, Carol.
Yeah, and Tracy's saying her mouse died last night, so she has to recharge it.
Oh dear. Oops.
So she's joining us from the bed this morning. Or this evening. So you want that one?
Yeah. Okay, we should hear me now. Okay, so when I'm looking at a design that I've pinned, 9 times out of 10 I've pinned it for something totally different to what it would appear that I've pinned it for. So with this one, I looked at it, and instead of seeing the lovely pattern paper that they got at the top, I thought it would be a great one to do some embossing folders that we can then actually embellish with some additional elements laid over the top. Okay, so I've put up a few notes, and these are all things that we can look at when we're looking at pins. So in terms of the card format, I've decided on the 7x7 just because of the size of my embossing folders. The decorative edge or shaped card blank. For this particular episode, I'm going to give a miss on the decorative edges. Embellishing the pattern is the adding on the little flowers out on the top, and then the decorative border will hide any adhesive that we use on vellum, so I have some nice decorative vellums as well that I'm going to be playing with. And then I talk about bringing through elements from the top to the bottom, and also the positioning of your sentiment. So if you're looking to sell your cards, please, please, please don't put your sentiment at the bottom of the card. It won't help you sell at all, so you need to be putting it up either middle or above.
Tracy says she doesn't have any vellum, and Carol says she doesn't have an embossing machine.
Okay, well, Tracy used an embossing machine and Carol used some decorative vellum. Or decorative paper for that, it doesn't have to be vellum. Okay, the idea being that we're having a pattern of some kind, and then we're embellishing it with elements on top. Okay, so we have some decorative flourishes in the background of our flower that we can die cut, or we could use the scan and cut. So I've actually this morning created a little flourish file that I can use my scan and cut, as well as having some dies here. So hopefully by the end of the morning I will have 2 cards made. I may not have all the pearls on, but that can always be done off stream because you don't really want to be watching me stick pearls. Okay, and finally we have the layering of the flower itself. And whether we put that onto card or vellum.
What's the reason for what, Tracy? Sorry.
Yeah, there's a time delay, so when we do get your questions, everything that you're questioning was like 15 seconds ago, and my brain's like, what did I say 15 seconds ago?
Reason for the sentiment above, not below.
Right, the reason being, if you've got cards stacked in a shelf, and 9 times out of 10 they are literally one after the other, and somebody's flicking through, if your sentiment's on the bottom, they can't see what the sentiment is. And sadly, it's more likely to sell a card if they can see the sentiment than if they can't. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so if you'd like to come back to overhead for me, Ian.
I'll leave that mic up a minute.
Okay, so hopefully you can hear me a bit better if Ian needs both mics up. So I have two little embellishments here, and that's what's going to finish off my flower. But for now, and hopefully I won't use them, I'll stick them to one side. So you just need a flower stamp and a little sentiment strip or little verse. As long as it's not too big, so it outweighs your flower, you'll be alright. So I've also got some sticker borders, or I have washi, or I have the embossing border strip as well. So the question is, which one do I start off with first? I think I might start off with the nice cream one. So we have...
Hang on, I need to turn off that mic.
Is it a bit too loud?
Got an echo.
Oh, that's not good. We don't want echoes. Let me pop that just down there for a minute. That won't go in there. I need more room. So I have a few different papers that I can choose from. And that's just so that I can get the best combination. So I have my usual warm topaz white cardstock. I have a sheet of the cream American Crafts. I think it's American Crafts, yeah. Oh no, take that back. It's the cream first edition texture cardstock because it's got the glue on it, so it's definitely Dream Craft. Okay.
Tracy said it sounded like you were in a warehouse.
No.
But I've sorted it now, so is it perfect now?
Don't give them something else to call the craft room. Okay.
And Carol says that she doesn't sell, she just makes them to give away, but it makes sense. And yes, she can.
Okay, so I have a few Paper Adventures papers here, and these are just gorgeous. So we have the vellum, which has an embossed design on it, and it has this lovely pearlescent finish. And this one's called the Brush Swirl, and then it also has a matching backing paper. Now the backing paper is iridescent as well, and I've got the same in vintage, so that's got like a kind of almost interference blue on it, and that's more like an interference green on the backing. So really soft colours, and I thought to kind of add a bit of a pop to it, I would bring in some rose gold glitter card.
Tracy says, can you imagine a warehouse for crafting? I think that would be craft heaven.
Some would say I've already got it.
Called your mum's.
Mum's watching, she'll love you.
Well,
So to start with, yeah. Start off with, we need our first adaptable. We're going to bring in our scoreboard. It's okay, Mum, I'll get them for you later, being cheeky. And just because I need a little bit of a mark just to make sure I get this halfway. Just going to pop this onto my board. 13 and a half, so we're looking at 6 3/4. Pencil. Oh. So I'm just going to go there. So I've given myself a little pencil guide, and that was probably just off camera, so I apologise. I have a guide on my cooking map that I can use to do these things.
Can you just go over the adaptables again, what they are. Okay.
Okay, the adaptables are from Lime Tree Crafts, and they're called that because you can do pretty much any type of card with them. So they're really good for doing shape cards, eagle cards, and all the rest of it. But in this case, it's just going to be a basic. It's a little bit smaller than 7x7, but it fits a 7x7 envelope, which is why it's called a 7x7.
I think it's $3.99 a pack, was it?
Yeah.
They're not hugely expensive, very good reasonable price. I think they're about 15 a pack, don't they?
Yeah. And they're like stamping card quality, so they're really nice and smooth. So you could easily do your blending straight onto your card. And I'm looking for my bone folding, but it's down in the face. There we go. So always do your burnishing on the back. So when you fold your card, you want to leave a slight little dip on your front. I'm just going to score and crease that fold nice and sharply. There we go. Next, let's go for just looking to see whether it looks better with something underneath it or direct onto the card blank, and it looks better with the backing paper underneath it. And the two patterns should pretty much match up as well, which is cool. So what I'm going to try and do is just...
Which corner camera? The one that's right by Natalie?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's right. They're the same, there's nothing on it, but it's your close-up camera that we've put up. I can take it off for a minute while we're on this view, can't I?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably...
That one, I think. And Karen said if I can put a link up to the Lime Tree Crafts, so I'll sort that.
Yeah, will do. I might pop that up on the group as well, because it's one that I refer to quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah, I'll pop one in the chat. I'll find one quick and put it in the chat, and then...
Yeah, so it's the 7 inches for you when you come to do that. Okay, so if I go into this top corner here, I can see that our pattern is pretty close, but it's a little bit off in both directions, just a tidge. So we're looking about that much in. So what I'm going to do, just to get me started, is I'm going to use a little bit of and this is just going to basically give me a little bit of a help with trimming these so they match. So I'm put a tiny bit of glue. Now with vellum, you only ever want to use tiny dots of glue. Come on. Come on.
The link I've just put up is the one to the Lime Tree Crafts, which is for the paper. For anybody who wants the adaptables for the cardstock.
I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that. I'm going to line it up to my backing paper. Remember I said it's slightly off, so I'm just going to hold it so the pattern matches up, so it's about there. Okay, while that's setting, I'm going to measure my card. So it's coming up at just over 6 3/4 inches. So if we look back at our original, we've got inset before we get to our design. So I'm going to cut my panel to 6.5 inches. Okay. So hopefully that should be dry. It's a bit hard to hell with humidity, isn't it, at the moment? Oh, at least in here.
Okay.
At least in here, yeah.
Yeah, it's warm, isn't it?
It is very warm. So if I bring my trimmer.
So they're okay on the overhead at the moment,
Overhead is perfect. So I'm just going to come in, and because I've got this extra bit of a lip here, I'm just going to bring it over that 6.5 inch mark, and I can just check down here that we're level. Actually, before I do any of that, I'm going to be naughty and trim this off, just to make my life a little bit easier.
We have glorious sunshine streaming through the window this morning, which is great apart from getting sunburnt while I sat doing videos.
Well, in it, I'd be a bit worried if I was getting sunburnt. I'm just getting very warm. So let's trim that off. And I'll set that to one side in case we need references later. So I'm just pop that back in, take it over my 6.5. So if I go for 3mm under the 17, and we just want to make sure that we keep that level. It'll only hold it just enough to line up that top edge, so you need to try and keep it square as possible. So
Try scanning, you should go through scanning cut 900.
okay, so I'm going to trim that down that side, and because we didn't glue it the other side, we've still got two usable pieces of paper that may or may not.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at it with you after stream, Carol, because it should just come through as an option to save to. If you're just doing it as a scan, you need to do and go to the cloud. It's one of your options on new buttons as you do it. When we finish the stream, I'll message you and talk you through it.
What you want to do, just
Try to scan her geisha girl for the scanning cuts, but it won't send it to the computer or via USB.
I usually use direct cut and then say to use the cloud and then pick it up from there and then snapshot it if I'm taking a scan, but you can do it to USB. Okay, so I've lined it back up at my 6.5 proper now, so I can trim off my excess.
It's easy to do when I've got the machine. I can see the buttons and I can.
Okay. And I'm just going to trim off the excess at the top as well. So if we're working to 6.5 for our square, we're then going to need to cut this piece at 3.25. So turn it so that your glued edge is back on this side. It just helps you keep everything together. Okay, and then we're going to cut through. And hopefully you can see now why I just did that one dot. Okay, so we have our top piece. Let me just take those out of the way. Going to come back to my glue.
Carol says, I don't think I have a cloud. And Tracy says, we have plenty here, Carol, but my hair full of water.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's automatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'll have a look at you. What I'll do, Carol, when we finish the stream, I'll pop on TeamViewer quick and just check your settings on the computer, just to make sure it's registered properly for you and linking through.
Okay, So you only ever want to use the tiniest amount of glue where it's going to be visible. So in this case I've done a tiny dot underneath the embossing, which is another good trick. So if you've done some pergamon and you want to adhere it, underneath where you've actually embossed is probably the best place to stick your glue. And then along this open edge I'm going to run a line of glue just along the very edge, because we're going to put our decorative border over the top.
Thank you. Is that because the foam is translucent?
Yes, yeah. So one of the biggest bugbears that a lot of card makers have is how do you stick your vellum without it showing. So number one, it's good if you have a pearlescent vellum because it does half your job for you already. It can hide a multitude of sins. Number two is to use little. Less is more, definitely. So only use the amount that you actually need to get it to adhere.
Your fine glue applicator is good for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You tip on the...
Yeah. So definitely a time when you need your 3D PVA with the detail tip, not the big ball. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to decide which base colour I'm going to go for. So I think I'm going to go with the shimmer rather than the textured. Yeah, for now. For now, I'll probably change my mind again in a bit and do another one. This is actually quite a good card for batch making, so just because I want to get it spot on for the join, I just want to bear in mind what I'm going to use to cover the join. And just going to give myself a little mark there. Going to line it up this side because we want to make sure that that join is right in the middle. Get another mark there.
So you got why you just got out?
Oh, it's your doggies. There we go. So I'm going to line my pencil mark up to my cut line and chop. Let that one side for a minute. Line the next bit up to my cut line and chop, and hopefully we should have two pieces that are more or less identical. Now if you get it slightly wrong, don't worry, just when you do your border, extend it past the edge of the card just to cover it up and it will look close enough. So to bring in my original card blank, I have my two pieces of card. Now we could choose to twist it out so that we take that join vertically, or we can go horizontally. So on this one, I think I'm going to go horizontally and take the other one vertically. So you just want to make sure that you're adhering the right edge, so that we have our join in the middle. Take the staple out first. All things to have to block it with. Come on. this glue really doesn't take a lot to hold, so you can just dot it on. Okay. So open edge to the top and give it a wiggle. So you want it so that you're square on your borders all the way around.
I would if I had a dog, but we don't. The dog is actually, would you believe, on the other side of the building. Just because we've got the windows open, you can hear it quite so clearly.
Okay, so we can go in here for our other piece.
He's a noisy pooch.
He's lovely though.
That's not our Westie.
Oh, is it not the Westie?
No, that's way out the back.
Okay. So when we're doing this one, you can press down a little bit harder because it's thicker card and you haven't got to worry about damaging your embossing at all. So far so good. Now, Ian put some washi tape to go on this one. But you also gave me a embossing folder, so I'm going to have a look and see which one I'm going to do. I think I might do the embossing folder instead. So at the moment we have this one here, which would look nice. So decisions. Or we have the little strip embossing folder, which we could do in the cream. So both would give very different looks. Decisions. That's a tricky one. Which do you think, Ian? You have the casting vote, I'll let you.
Emboss it.
Emboss it, okay? So what I'm going to do, just move my card base out of the way. So I'm just going to draw myself a quick reference line, because we know our embossing folder is bigger than what we actually need it. And grab my scissors. You're probably going to want to put that down in because you're going to have to catch in a minute.
I'm sorry, I have two hands.
So I'm just going to trim this roughly, and then I can come back and tidy it up after I've embossed it. Next you want to decide which is going to be to the forefront. Do you want it debossed or embossed? So in this case I want it to come, actually just for a change of thing, because we've got our embossed surface up here, I think I might do it the other way around and actually deboss it. So I'm going to put it texture side up, but I've got the debossed surface down and the embossed one here. Hopefully you can see that, if not, just saying I will try. And just because I'm still getting used to this one, I will double check my sandwich.
Cheese and
Huh?
cheese and onion for you.
Cheese and onion. Okay, yeah, 2 clear cutting plates, I was right. Have a little bit more faith. Thank you. Okay, so we have our deboss design, and if you wanted to, you could fussy cut it out, but for today I think I'm just going to do a decorative edge. So I'll put those plates there for a minute. So this is where you could say that you're bringing in your decorative edge from the pin, and I'm going to go for which one am I going to be brave enough to do? Let's try the squiggle. It's got 2 chances. So. Okay. This one's quite an easy change. Okay. Unscrew you too. So pop out the old one. Line up the new one with the little nut on the holder. Ooh. And if it pops out, don't worry too much. Come here, you.
Messing up my nails.
Yeah, this is messing up my nails, that's not on. There we go. It's not very often I get really girly, is it?
Come on, so that's a posh cut.
It is. It is. If you haven't got one already, you can't actually get them anymore. The closest replacement I think I put on the Amazon store, which is a... I think it's a Carl one still. It might be a Rex one. But yeah, that's the closest I could get to it, but it's still not identical. And I do like it for having all the different
blades underneath.
Yeah. So, use my bone folder for this one, try and save my nails a bit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to line up my top points of my embossing design, and then I'm going to trim. And you need to use quite a bit of pressure because you don't want to have to go back over it, because trying to line it up is an absolute nightmare.
Barbara says I've never seen anything like that before. It's quite an old one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an old professional grade one at that. I had to get this one from a print suppliers, and it probably cost me as much as a graph robo. Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
It's a rotor trim, isn't it?
Huh?
Rotor trim.
Yep, rotor trim. There we go. So it did most of it alright. It's only that last little bit, but it's longer than we need, so that's fine by me.
What's the model at the top that it says it did? An Edge Master 300.
Yeah.
There we go. If anybody wants to search the archives and see if they can find one anywhere.
Yeah, and I got mine in about 2002, 2003. So it's done well. It's only really had the straight blades replaced, and it's probably on about its 10th one of those.
Very easy to get by, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can still get all the bits for it, it's just you can't get the actual
Unit.
unit itself.
Okay, so what you want to do is just check that everything is cut where you need it to be. And I'm going to check that my design is as simple as I can get it. And then I'm just going to, bear in mind I'm working on the embossed side, so the front is actually underneath. So I'm not drawing on the front of my card. I want to trim it there and there. Mm.
Swap the blade back.
Swap the blade back. The new ones actually have the blades concealed in the cartridge, I believe. So you don't have to do quite the same risky feeling manoeuvre.
The only thing we struggle to get with those is the cutting bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cutting strip.
When it was Stamposaurus, wasn't it? Got them from when they were doing the last tour of the craft shows, we stopped up, didn't we?
Yes, that was an old one, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it's been a really good little cutter. Being the operative word though.
Yeah, it's 12 by 12 as well, though, isn't it? So
Yeah.
good size. Which is rare these days.
Yeah. As I said, I really struggled to find a like-for-like replacement that's currently available. So I'm going to go... Huh? So I'm going to line my little pencil marks up. On our card, but this time we're putting it to both sides down and just checking that we're happy with that. And at this point, if you wanted to, you could always ink your edges, but just because of drying time, I'm not going to on this one. Now, because we're going to both side down, the bit that's actually going to touch your card the most is your actual embossing, so you want to make sure that you put most of your glue on those bits. There's Carol saying that she hasn't got an embossing machine, but you can do this with your scan and cut. It might not be quite as crisp, but you can still do your embossing. So it's worth having a play. I think just one more dot there. And where you've got a bigger expanse of the card, you can just put it on the outside edge. So it should hopefully catch that. But you don't want to force it down too much, else you'll lose your embossing over time. And this is usually where I flip it over and put my finger in it. Feels weird doing it back with nails. Been a while since I've done them. Okay.
What do you your head?
Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
So, there you go. And just check that you've got your two edges lined up, and then you should be square across there. So, next bit. I need a staple gone somewhere. Gonna need a new staple.
Plenty of them.
I'm going to do my die cutting next, I think. Do my stamping. If I stamp first.
Yeah, then it can dry.
Yeah, go for stamping first, let it dry while I'm doing other things. So I have two metallic pads. So I have the blush and the rose gold. So we'll see where we go from here. So a stamping platform.
So put it back in. Put it back in.
Cool. Where can I put those for a minute? There you go. So I'm going to pop the same base colour, so that's the topaz shimmer. Back in.
Being slow roasted.
Less of the slow. So for this one I'm going for a set of stamps, and I don't know whose they are because Mum, it's one of the few that Mum hasn't put the information in the back on. Bless her. So if anybody knows which set of stamps this is, please let me know and I can add it into the wallet. Okay, so I'm going to just pop it in there. And if I'm clever, I might just get two on there, just to do a bit of layering. So I'm going to do one in the darker colour, one in the lighter colour. I'm going to go lighter first.
So what ink is it?
It's the Spectrum Noir Midas in rose gold, this one. And then the other one's blush. If you want to pop up a link. Okay, if you need to, give it a second.
Oh, they're scripted too.
Yeah, it's a funky stamp, this.
Right.
Okay. Now very carefully, don't drop it on yourself because otherwise you'll get covered in ink. I'm just going to pop it in there. And because I'm going darker, we can then swap over to the blush. And you can see the subtle differences as well. So this one's slightly more pinky than the rose gold, as well as being darker. But it's still not like a coppery colour. So now we can compare the two to our glitter. And they both go nice, so I'll layer it up. And just very quickly before I go too far, I'm just going to grab my, thank you. It's better off on back, it comes out a bit easier then.
Sorry.
Clean off my platform, my stamp. So I'm just using just plain water.
bamboo, isn't it? You use for the...
Yeah, bamboo sheet. And the text is that big. Okay, so while those are drying, I'm going to set those just to one side, I think. Can I pass those to you? Out my way for a minute. I'm going to pop that up there. So, because I'm not using my A4 trimmer today, I'm just going to cut off a strip of card to work with. Any questions?
Not at the moment. If you do have any questions, don't be afraid to pop them in the chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
Okay, so I'm going to bring in my cutting plate. Go for a bit of the fine foliage and purple tape over there, really.
No, it should be in your little pot next to you. Next to you.
Oh, blimey, if it was any closer. So just to help out, even though I'm going to use a magnetic shim, I'm just going to use a bit of tape just because I'm using 2 dyes at once or more. Probably won't stick the best to this, but it'll give me a little bit just while I arrange. Okay. And let's go for just a couple of the little leaves. Now if you're thinking I'm using an awful lot of waste there, it's just so that I don't damage my dyes. I can always go back in after. That's what the scan cut's for, really. Okay, so next I want the magnetic mat. Now somebody was saying the other day that you could get away with not using the plastic shim with the Gemini and it would avoid you cracking the plates. So let's test a theory, shall we? Wasn't it? That's because it didn't cut. So let's try that one again, shall we? That's the right one, didn't I? Yeah, because that's the embossing one. So there you go. Whoever said that, you haven't got it right.
Even mark it.
No, not even a mark.
achieved really was making sure the machine worked.
Yeah. Oh dear. But, you know, people say, oh, if you do this, you'll save your plate. I'm going to try it, aren't I? Because that's me. Okay. I'm not even going to try and line it up where it was before, because it's just like, well, yeah, can't even see. Didn't even put a little dent. That's just, yeah. So... yeah. Let's try that one again, shall we? That's more like it. There we go, as you can see. That's more like what you'd expect to see. Only one stayed in the dice, that's cool. So let's get this one out to start with. It's okay. Releases quite easily, this glitter card. So this is just the non-shed. This is the one that we used to have in stock regularly, wasn't it?
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pop it out. It's also quite resilient as well, so. Come on, how would you go? There's always one bit in there. Come on. There we go. Through the hole. There we go. And then we have the two little sets of leaves. Blimey, I'm pushing it for two, aren't I? Tell you what, I'll do the first one this morning and I'll do the next one this afternoon. Makes it nice and easy then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, the die cut version this morning and then scan and cut version later. So I'm just going to put those on there for a minute just so I don't lose them because they're tiny. I can sort out the layout in a minute. I was doing alright then suddenly looked up and went, ah, no I'm not.
Yeah, that last half an hour seems to have flown.
Yeah, that's kind of freaky. So, how's our flowers doing? Are they?
I think they're dry. I don't want to touch them because if they're not, I'm going to get smudge them, but I think they're dry.
Okay. So what I'm going to do... I don't think that really helps Ian. He was wafting it about in the air.
Might be. Do you want them back?
Now because I want to direct cut it, I'm going to put as much space between them and there as we can without going overboard. What do you reckon blade on for that then?
What's it a piece of?
It's the lime tree
Blank 6.
Iridescent, yeah?
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay, can I just pass that to you for a minute while I can pop my screen up?
Sticking out the window. Quite doesn't need it in here, I tell you.
Can I stick myself out the window? Waft about in the air. Whew. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining at the sunshine, but the heat I could... Okay. So 6 you said, didn't you?
Yep.
Change blade, pop it in. Scan, direct cut, use the machine, go for colour. Probably could do it black and white, but just for...
Given how bright it is this morning.
Yeah, given how bright it is, we'll hedge our bets and go colour. Okay, so then it goes to frame image.
Can I just go on then, but wait until you're finished?
I don't fancy doing that really from the second floor. I'm not good with heights at the best of times. Okay, so it's picked up a few little odd bits and pieces. Can I go? Yeah, can I go in and just reframe that slightly? I think my scanner might need a clean too. Yeah. Oh no, it's done it this time. Okay. Do I want to add a border?
Put a little bit on there.
Yeah, just a little bit, just in case I can't see something. So 1 mil. Okay. Okay. Cut. This is somewhat the height of laziness, really, isn't it? Ah! You swine. Well, he was doing so good up to that point. This gives us... I'll finish that one off by hand, and it can just re-deep scan this other one. It moved.
Bit more.
Yeah, lint roller.
Could jump on your mat. Just got an old one, that.
Yeah. I did have an awful lot of gunk come off. I think it was from where we did the black card. I don't really like black card. Right. So, pop that back in there. Go comb. Start again. So, scan. Direct cut. Use the machine. Go for colour. And while that's doing that...
Did it damage you?
Huh?
Did it get you? Does that make you catch it?
It's actually only wobbled slightly, so I'm probably going to wobble more than the machine did. Actually, if I just cut round there for a minute. Dum, dum.
So people can't see what you're doing anyway. So.
It's okay, I need to see what I'm doing though. Because I just can't do some things left-handed. Okay. Picked up a little tiny bit on the corner, so I'm just going to increase my ignore object size just to take those out. Put my offset back on of 1mm. Okay. Now this time, stay put. Okay. Cut. And it works far faster than I do. Keep an eye on it and cut at the same time. God blimey, what do you think I am?
Suicidal scissors.
Okay, so it won't be perfect, but it'll be close enough. What's that?
Postman.
Postman? What's he
Yeah.
wearing today?
He's got like a spotty yellow skirt and a pink top and a pink hat. And wearing it with pride by the looks of it, the way he's walking down there.
Oh dear. He does brighten our day. Okay, so I'm going to put the darker colour actually to the back, I think, and actually lift these up and curl them. So number one, that'll hide the mistake, hopefully.
Think Paul Panto without makeup.
But with wig.
No.
No wig either.
No, he's just got the hat's the wig, I think, because it's a top hat. What was our postage on? Well, yeah, quite.
He was He-Man the other day.
Yeah, I think it was He-Man the other day, so it is.
I sent him a picture.
If someone does manage to capture him on Facebook, we'll stick a link up on the group so you can see what he looks like today.
So what I'm doing is just using the scissors just to curl petals.
Yeah, but whatever he's on, we'll have two of it here.
Yeah, especially after yesterday. I feel rough this time yesterday.
What does that do?
What? I'm just cutting my petals. And then just because I can, I'm just going to trim these ones just so it's a bit more rounded.
Tracy says her postie at Christmas was dressed as an elf with bells.
Aww.
And Carol says her postie keeps dressing up and gives gifts to the kiddies also.
There's some great posties out there.
Oh.
So I'm just shaping these round just so.
I'll take a photo with my phone, and I thought, no, can't do that.
No, take it with the iPad.
Not really, because that's running the.
Yeah, but you're not really changing it between things, are you? So you could do it with your iPad if you really wanted to. There we go. So I've just taken a little bit off.
Absolutely.
So
They have to brighten things up a bit, and they do, yes. When everything seems so glum and depressing, there's a little bit of brightness, and and he's definitely bright this morning.
So I'm just going to undo my mat so I've got a bit of room. So for this bottom piece, I'm going to need my stamping mat that seems to have done a runner.
What's that for? What's up there, sweetie?
Oh, not where I expected it. And I need my embossing tool. Maybe there somewhere. There we go. So I'm just going to work around the edge of my petals. I'm being quite forceful as well. So This is quite a good embossing tool to use for your flowers as well. So I believe I put a link up to this on Amazon already. I believe she says.
What, your bulk tool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is.
Okay, now hold it in. And you're just going to press down. And we're going to do the same with this one. So we're going to press down. And it's just going to lift it all up. There we go. You'll notice it has smudged it a little, but it won't matter. Because it's 3D, I'm going to put in a bit more glue. Going to offset my petals, so bear in mind which way up your text is, so it doesn't look too like you put one bit upside down by accident. Then I'm going to use the smaller ball, and I'm just going to press that into the middle and hopefully weld the two together. It's a bit too hand job. Okay, so hopefully that's set. It won't be completely set just yet, but on its way. So next I'm going to pop in a little bit of glue. And I'm going to drop my little heart into the centre. Oh, this one's going to be a bit more awkward. Come on, a bit more glue. Okay. So, flower hopefully done and dusted. Move that back out of the way. Can't be a mistake. Right, base card back, please. How are we doing for time? Ooh.
You have to speed things up.
Yeah. But what I will do is I will finish this bit off, and then I will come back and do the sentiment too and finish off the other cards, I think. Waiting, therefore I am. So because we have our die cuts in two bits, we can just stick our flower first and then work around it. With the one later on, it's all in one piece, so we'll be working the other way around. So I'm going to work, so my flower is going to go on my centre line, and it's going to give it a little press down just so it starts to adhere, because the last thing you want is it wiggling around when you're trying to get underneath. On the really fine bits, I'm going to put some bigger bits of glue right into the centre because they're going to go onto your petals anyway. And then you can just do little dots on just a few of the berries going up your die cut. And I'm going to work so it gets like a little line, like so. So we're going to have it swoosh that way and then have it swoosh this way. If you can get underneath, just hold it down. If you do need to add some more glue after, you can do. So, get on to our next die cut. So again, bigger blobs towards the centre. I'm going to put a bit on this one, just down there, and some little finer dots just on the tips of the berries. Press down. Okay, and I should hold. Okay, and a bit more glue on these because they're bigger, so I can take a bit more. And if you wanted to, you could shape these bits. So I think with these, I'm going to go kind of there, would be good. I'm going to do the same on these bits. There we go. So far so good. Okay. And I think until later, that's probably done as far as we can get for this session. So,
Very cool.
Cool. So we'll come back at 2 and we'll do the sentiment strip for this one, and then we'll start on our other design as well. So time kind of ran away in the middle there somewhere.
Ran, so caught and legged it.
Yeah. So join us after and we'll have some more fun.
Yeah, so don't forget at 12:30 we have Pete with his giveaway, and we have Leslie at 1:30 I believe today.
As far as I know.
As far as I know, she's back, which is good to see. Thank you all very much for joining us. Stay safe and enjoy your afternoon. And we'll see you all at 2 PM.
Take care and we'll see you then. Bye.